Today's topic, whose schedule goes first? Hi, I'm Doug Holt, author of Your Own Story, and this is your Daily Growth Hack, where each day we give you a tip, trick, or technique to help you up-level what we call the 5 to Thrive. That is your mind, your body, your soul, your relationships, and yes, your business. Now, I just walked in from a trail run, a beautiful trail run along a gorgeous, pristine river. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. 75 degrees out as I'm running, the wind is going against me. I can hear the rushing water alongside of me. And this is just a short, maybe 5 to 10 minute drive from my home, yet no one else around except for the birds and beautiful nature. Now, I wouldn't have done this trail run because I had so many things that I wanted to do. We're relaunching part of the Author of Your Own Story University. I've also got several other things in the mix. As many of you know, I'm an owner of 6 different companies and living the Author of Your Own Story lifestyle. The funny thing is I have a coach, and my coach posed a question to me. And she said, Doug, what are you doing to fill your own cup? And the reason she posed this question is she happens to be a relationship coach. And it's a coach my wife and I hired together as we're always trying to up-level and do better in our personal relationships as well as we do with our businesses. We want to always continue growing. And so she said, Doug, what are you doing to fill your cup today? And I looked at it and I started, as soon as we're off this call, I have one more business call where I'm actually helping a business owner. It's not really for business. I'm just helping out. Nice guy, and I really think he can do well. And then after that, my wife and my son are going to get back. They're actually at the, down at the beach right now playing. And, I want to see them when they come in. And, I want to be a good husband. So I'm going to help her kind of take care of the house and take him over. And it's definitely very important for me to be, not only a provider, but a great father. And so I only have about, 3 to 4 hours of quality time after this call that I can spend with my child. Now, as I'm telling her this, I'm also listening to what's coming out of my mouth. And I know where this is going, right? This is exactly how I would coach a client. And she just listened to me very patiently. And I said, look, I know. I'm putting everybody else before myself. And then I've been doing this for far too long. I keep putting off what I want to do, filling my cup, so I can go out and fill everybody else's up. I fell into an old pattern. Does this sound familiar to you? This is an old pattern many of us go through, especially for us that are high achievers, that are going out there to really change the world. I want to be the best husband possible, the best father possible, the best friend possible, the best business owner to each and every one of my clients, and best owner or boss to my staff. I want to be that to everybody. And what I used to do was put everybody first, and I'd be burnt out, worn out. Friday night in my early 20s even would come down. I'd be like, I'm just going to stay in. I'm going to work and I'll hone my craft a little bit here and there, but I'm just burnt out. I've been giving to everybody. And it took me a long time to figure out that when I started filling my own cup, right, making my schedule a priority, I was then able to come in and fill everybody else's. I actually got to a point where really people didn't want to hang out with me. I wasn't fun. I was always so drained. I'm like, yeah, I'll just do it. And I would resent them for that, right? And so what was interesting is I was falling back into this pattern. I was putting everybody else's schedule first. I gave access to my personal calendar to 5 different people. Look, just schedule a meeting. This will be easier for me. You just schedule it whenever you want to. And then the week comes up and I have meetings all over the place. And as always, your calendar will get as filled as you allow people to fill it. It just happens to me each and every time. And this is a repeating pattern that I keep having to remind myself to get back into. But this time, luckily, we had a coach, and a coach that was designed and hired to bring my wife and I even closer. Now, we have an amazing relationship, and I'm so blessed and so lucky to have her. But we want even better. If better is possible, that's what we want, right? Let's go full bore, and that's what her and I are both about. And so when she looked at this and asked me, hey, Doug, what are you doing to fill yourself up? There was nothing in my calendar that didn't involve me filling somebody else up, which in return made me feel good about myself. And it was really interesting. So you're getting this daily growth hack right after a trail run that was spurred by this one remembrance, right? So it's not something I learned new. It's just something that reminded me about whose calendar goes first. And so if you feel this is normal for you, I want you to look at your calendar, right? Look at your calendar and whose priorities are you putting before your own? Are you putting your kids, your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, your significant other? Is it coworkers, your boss? Is it family? Are you putting their needs or their wants, desires ahead of yours? It's so often when I'm coaching somebody, whether it be a business owner or not, they're talking about this like, I'm just so busy. I'm too busy and I want to get out. I'm stuck. I'm frustrated. And one of the first things I ask them is to look at their calendar. Show me your calendar and I'll show you your priorities. Well, I can tell you what, I once again was putting everybody else's priorities ahead of myself. I know better and I shouldn't do it. And it took somebody else, a coach, a mentor, to help me look behind the curtain and see what was going on. And that wasn't even really her normal intent, but she knew what I knew. That if we don't fill our own cups, we don't fill our own souls, we don't fill ourselves up first, we can't pour over and really be in quality relationship with anybody else. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to grab your journal. Of course, write out your 5 to Thrive as we always do, but we're going to add an extra one. And this is one of the ones I add with my coaching clients. I actually go over 8, right? But we talk about the 5 to Thrive. But one of the other ones is fun. Where is fun in your calendar? I want you to see, is it specifically in any of those categories, in your mind, in your body, in your soul, your relationships, business, and then let's add fun. Where is it in your calendar? Now, if you don't see it actually calendared out, I want you to look at where your priorities are and be honest with yourself. I had to be today, right? And I'm actually, if you're watching this, you're lucky that there's not smell-o-vision here because, I smell a little bit because I've been running hard, I've been playing and having a great time. And right now I'm so excited when I'm done hitting record, giving you this message, this learning of something that I learned that I'm going to go play with my family and fill them up even more. And I want that for you. No, this is part of the author of your own story journey. I was able to build my lifestyle in any way that I want. And I started filling it up with somebody else's priorities. I got away from that, off track. And that's why coaches and mentors are so, so important. I always say that, and I really, really mean it. So I want you to be your own coach here. You have to do the work, and I love hearing from you. So after you've done this work, shoot me an email. Let me know. If you're on the newsletter, you have my private email. Just hit reply to the newsletter and let me know what comes up for this. Let me know how you're having fun. I want to know. You're going to inspire me and it's going to be great. You're listening to me. We have almost 7,000 people that download these daily growth hacks. And I want to know more from you, right? I want this to be a two-way conversation. Talk to me. Let me know what's going on for you and I'll do the same. Also, share this with at least 3 people. Let them have the insights that you're getting. And that way you can also have conversations that matter. That's 3 people. It's going to take you maybe 30 seconds to forward it on to them, and go ahead and let them know. You're also going to let them know that somebody cares about them. And in this day and age, that's huge. But for you, I want you to have conversations that matter. And look, if you're somebody that got this forwarded to you, somebody loves you and somebody cares about you. So hats off to you. Make sure that they're having fun and make sure you're having fun too. In fact, have fun together. That's it for me today. I will see you tomorrow. Have an epic day. And remember, go out and be the author of your own story. I hope you enjoyed today's Daily Growth Hacks. Please put your comments right down below and remember to click subscribe. This way we can ensure that we're delivering these daily growth hacks right to you each and every day. On behalf of the whole team here, remember, go out and be the author of your own story.